All righty. Good morning, Amber. How are you today?
Good morning. I'm well. How are you?
Very good. Thank you so much for meeting with me today. I know we chatted yesterday about your legal experience. So now I'm going to give you the floor. I understand, unfortunately, that your last position has ended, obviously, due to an unforeseen tragedy. And
Yes, ma'am.
now, and you worked for that office for quite some time.
Yes, ma'am.
So, first, I'm very sorry for your loss, but
Thank you.
um, we certainly understand that some time has passed and you are now ready to get back
Yes,
to work. You've closed out, you were explaining to me all of the books and all of the
yes,
cases
ma'am.
and such there. So, first of all, why don't you tell me a little bit about what you did there and how long you were there?
Okay. I started there in November of 2020. And during that time, I was a legal assistant slash paralegal. I did research. I wrote memos. I wrote motions. I wrote responses. We worked with civil cases. We worked with employment cases. We worked with car accidents slash personal injury cases. We were kind of like spread out across the board. We kind of didn't have like one area that we worked in. We kind of worked all over. The only area that we tried not to work in was criminal, but
Okay,
he
gotcha.
he kind of
Y-
touched all different types of cases.
Okay, and you were there for how long?
From 20 November 2020 until
20.
December
Okay.
2020 until
Okay.
December of 2023.
Okay, perfect. All righty. And as far as like what your day looked like, can you walk me through a little bit of that? Because you were wearing so many different hats. Like, how did you manage your
Okay.
day?
So when I first got in, we started work at 9:30. I would get in and that would be my time between 9:30 and about 10:15. I would check emails and any phone calls that we received during the time period that we weren't there. From about 10:15 till about 11:30, I spoke with the IT guy who was the one who was able to see back stuff that would come into the system because if we got large files, it would come to him and not us. So I would deal with him to see if there were any back stuff and just talk about the day on what we were going to work on. And then about 11:45, Mr. Morello would come in. He is a late riser. He would come in about 11:45 and we would sit down and we would discuss which cases we were working on that day. But during the time period, like where there was downtime between the times that I was meeting with everyone, it would just be according to what file was most important at that time. So if it was a defamation case, it could be getting in contact with the other attorney to speak about maybe trying to get a settlement or trying to get requests for productions out or interrogatories out so that we could get answers to be able to proceed to either if we were going to be going to court proceedings or if we were going to be going to mediation. I spoke with mediators almost on a daily basis. I spoke with judicial assistants almost on a daily basis, other attorneys, other paralegals. So the day just kind of went from basically office assistant first thing in the morning to straight into paralegal by the time the midday came to the end of the day.
Okay, I understand. Sounds like a very, very busy job, and I understand. Tell me about this CLS by BARBRI. What is that?
Okay, CLS, that was the classes that Mr. Morello actually paid for me to take to become a paralegal. So
Okay.
that I had this certification behind me. Reason being, I came into the legal profession with him from being a registrar in an elementary school. So I had never worked in legal anything before. And he had a paralegal when I started. I started as his legal assistant and I took the classes. And once I took the classes, he automatically made me his paralegal. And the paralegal that was there, which sucked because she was really good, she left because she felt that he liked my work a little bit better than hers, which was not the
Okay.
case. Which wasn't the case. The only difference between me and her was I was willing to put in the hours. I wasn't the 9:30 to 5 person. I was the 9:30 to 10 o'clock person if you needed me. And she was like, 5 o'clock, I'm out the door. You know what I mean? So it
Gotcha.
wasn't a
Okay.
favoritism. It was more of a different work ethic. I guess that would be the best way to
Okay.
say it.
Fair enough. And I see you were with Volusia County before that, when you were just
Yes,
talking about being the register, and you were there for 5 years.
yes,
So that to me, it's very important to me when I see talent that have a really good work ethic. And before that, you were an office manager for 7 years,
yeah.
also really great tenure. And before that, 2 years. So I'm sure that you would have stayed with Mr. Morello
I
just
would
as long as
have
those positions, if not longer,
definitely a
um,
longer.
you know, had things been a little bit different. So I understand now, obviously, that you're looking for your next home, looking
Yes,
for
ma'am.
somewhere where you can contribute the same way that you did for Mr. Morello,
Yes, ma'am.
and moving forward and using your skills. So that's all. Oh, and we did chat about when you're available to start. You said right away.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
No issues with appointments, vehicle or
I no, no
transportation.
vehicle. Um, Only appointments that I have is the baby has two appointments this week, which is Thursday
Okay.
and one. I want to say it's like 9 o'clock Thursday morning, and one is like eight
Okay.
o'clock. They're very early in the morning appointments, and that's normally what I try to do. When he has appointments, I try to make them as early as possible to be like the first person in, so that I'm not missing any work.
Okay, perfect. And we did chat yesterday about reliable childcare, and you did say
Yes,
you have that covered by your mom. Okay, wonderful. Well, don't go anywhere, or because I've got a few more things to chat about with you, but I'm going to stop the recording.
no problem.
Okay.